Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is your friend Cartman. Today we're going to be jumping into the clan capital. We've got some awesome raids to show you guys from this last raid weekend, including a really nice 2-hit on Dragon Cliffs and a super wizard bomb on the Capitol Peak. It's going to be awesome, guys. Let's jump right into the action. Alright guys, first up we've got Golem Quarry. We've got Bad Bro coming in here with the Rocket Loon Graveyard attack, guys. This attack is very powerful, can be used on a multitude of districts. And you can see right here, he's focusing right here on this blast bow in the corner, making sure it goes down. And now he's just going to set his graveyard spells in these high priority defenses, like the rocket artilleries, the blast bows, etc. And then he is just going to spam these rocket loons in. There's not much funneling here. He did take out that left-hand corner of the base so he can start deploying these. But even instead of worrying about these little clan houses to get his deployment zone quicker, he's just letting the rocket ability take care of it themselves. And you can see right here, we've got rockets and we've got the air skellies just everywhere right here. And he's going to get a pretty decent amount on this first attack. He does get the blast bow in the right-hand corner with those air skellies and the rocket artillery up there at 1030. So those were key defenses to get. Right now, he's just got a little cleanup going with these air skellies. They're going to be able to get quite a bit of value because the rocket loons have taken out all the defenses here. I'm going to speed it up. You can see right here, that's going to really open up his deployment area for his next attack. He still got to almost 50% when it looked like there wasn't that much there, guys. So right here, again, the graveyard spells and these high priority defenses, the rocket artilleries, the blast bows, uses his lightning spell just to weaken up them a little bit there. And now it's going to be rocket loon time, and they're going to cause so many air skellies to form right here, guys. He's got all those distractions, so these rocket balloons are going to be able to come in here, take out all of these defenses, and it is a very fast and powerful attack. Now you can see in the right-hand corner down here at 3 o'clock, there is a troll Tesla that popped up. So he is going to have to backtrack and get that taken out. And he's got to get this rocket artillery taken out that is playing a little bit of havoc right here on his troops. So he has tons of air skellies still marching across the base. And you can see right here, there's not much left. It's just a matter of cleanup. He's got to get to that troll Tesla and get it taken out, guys. But it was a pretty easy, pure spam attack, guys. And if you want something that's powerful that you don't have to do a lot of planning for, the rocket loons with the graveyard spell, one of our favorite attacks, still pretty powerful. Luckily, he's got enough air skeletons right here to get the job done. It's going to be a close, but it still is a 2-hit triple. Yeah, boy. All right, guys, next up we've got Skeleton Park, and we've got one of my alternate accounts coming in right here, and we're going to be using the Hog Yard attack. We got to peck it down to start tanking, distracting just a little bit so we can send these Hog Raiders over here to take out this rocket artillery down here at 430. We got a few battle rams coming in here to help open up these walls, provide a little tanking for our P.E.K.K.A. and these hogs to try to clear out this left-hand side. We're going to get a graveyard spell in the right-hand square outside this mountain range with some hog raiders over there to get that cleared out. Our P.E.K.K.A. is still doing work down here in the bottom left-hand side. So that's really nice. We got our other 2 graveyard spells here in the core. We're going to start sending in our hog raiders. We want to stun as many defenses as we can. And our P.E.K.K.A. is still going. So we're getting massive value right there as he approaches the core. We've got our hog raiders now coming in from a ton of different areas. We're going to stun as many defenses as possible. Them combined with the skeletons in the core of the base, we want to get all of that taken out. And you can see right here, we have got a huge chunk of the base already taken out, guys. Over 50%. We still have hog raiders to deploy. We've still got stunning defenses and coming in and taking out more defenses. The core is going to get cleared out by these ground skellies as we are approaching close to 60%. And you can see right here, We've got to get down. Still rocket artillery, that minion hive. We've got a giant cannon in there, but we took out a ton of the base, up to 60%, and that is the kind of opener you want to see when you're in the clan capital. All right, guys, we're going to follow up pretty much the same army comp, except we've taken out the P.E.K.K.A. I've got more Hog Raiders this time. We're just going to stun as many defenses as we can, get our 3 graveyard spells right here in a row, as far away from the splash damage as we can. We want to distract that rocket artillery, give us a little tanking, try to get these bomb towers taken out. We want to stun them and try to not lose too many of our Hog Raiders right there. But you can see right here, this is an overwhelming attack. We have tons of troops converging in this back corner of the base at 9 o'clock, and it is all over for this skeleton park. It never had a chance, guys. A nice and dominating 2-hit triple. This attack is very powerful. All right, now it's Balloon Lagoon, guys. And again, we're going to be coming in with the Hog Yard attack. This attack is so consistent and so powerful. I do use it on a lot of these raids. You can see right here, we're going to start approaching this rocket artillery on the right-hand side. So once we get this air bombs down, now we can target the rocket artillery. We're going to stun it with the Hog Raider. And we're just going to work our way along this top right-hand side from 3 o'clock up to 12 o'clock. And then we will send our troops in toward the district hall. That is the plan. So you see we're clearing out this area. We've got our 2 graveyard spells up here around the single Inferno to start distracting right there. And now we've got another rocket artillery that we can take out right here. Use a few battle rams to open up these walls to get through here. And that's already a huge value. We've already got 2 of the rocket artilleries down on this base. And next up on the menu is these 2 single Infernos. We're going to get our Hog Raiders in there. The Hog Gliders are going to stun. And now we've got all the Hog Raiders down there just taking them out very quickly. We still have skeletons tanking, doing some distracting. We're going to get a few of these barbs in here to clean up these clan houses, just to clear everything out once our Hog Raiders are done up there. And you can see we still have quite a few troops to deploy, plus another graveyard spell. So we're going to get this graveyard spell down here on this bottom rocket artillery. And now I'm actually going to start focusing, while my troops are dying off toward this district hall, we're going to come in from the bottom side and try to get this rocket artillery taken out. I thought with the Hog Raiders, we'd be able to reach it really nicely here and go ahead and get this rocket artillery taken out. And the skeletons do just that, guys. We've cleaned out this whole bottom side now down here at 6 o'clock. We've got troops converging to go through the wall toward 9 o'clock, where there's really not many defenses, to clear out all that trash. And you can see right here, there is not much left of this base. We do have that 1 rocket artillery in the core, some multi-cannons, different things, but we've gotten huge value right here, guys. We are over 60%. And again, this attack, when you get over 60% in your opening hit, I mean, it is a guaranteed pretty much 2-hit triple. As you can see, 64%. We barely have any of this district left to concentrate on with our cleanup hit. And you can see, let's replay 30 some seconds right here, get our graveyard spells down, and we're just going to send it in from every direction. We've got our Hog Gliders coming in to stun these crushers, but they're not really going to do anything right here, guys. We have so many troops and so many skeletons right here, and we're just going to overwhelm what's left of this base. It is going to go down very, very quickly right here, as you can see, working our way in. The rocket artillery is doing its best, but it is no match for all of these troops, all of these targets. We still have troops to deploy, and it's another nice and easy 2-hit triple using the Hog Yard. All right, guys, next up we've got Builder's Workshop, and yes, I'm going to be going in with the Super Dragon Graveyard attack. I love this attack on Builder's Workshop, and I'm going to continue using it as long as it works so easily, especially when you get this default layout. Use your battle ramps to open up this deployment area, get a graveyard spell down, send in 3-4 of your rocket loons to start creating air skellies and tanking some of these air targeting defenses, and you just bring in your first super dragon. Now place your second skeleton graveyard spell to start spawning more air skellies right here to provide tanking for your super dragon. But you can see just how easily the super dragon is able to melt through these defenses without any trouble. Now they have moved a few things around. I don't think this air bomb here in the core of the base right to the left of my super dragon was typical, so I had to send in a super dragon right here to get that air bombs taken out. We've got our last graveyard spell up here at 12 o'clock, and we're sending in the rest of our rocket loons up there to start tanking and spawning air skellies. And you can see right here, guys, we've already got a nice path. The whole right-hand side of this base, of this district, is taken out. We're going to send in our remaining super dragon from this top side up here around 10 o'clock. There's not much up there to target air, so we're going to be able to take out a lot of high target buildings up there, including that hidden Tesla and that giant cannon. You can see we've still got those 2 super dragons up there, and we are melting through everything, and we are over 50% of the base destroyed. And you can see this beautiful pathing we are setting up where there are just not very many places for troops to go. And once you can get that narrow pathing to focus your troops through, I mean, it is just so easy for them to be effective right here. Got that another air bomb taken out. We're going to do a little bit of damage here on the blast bow, not get it taken out, but we have set up our next attack very nicely. We do have some skellies trying to bust through some walls right here that I was trying to fast forward through. Not really going to help with the deployment area, but they're working very hard right there. They never give up getting through a wall. All right, now we're going to focus our core around this blast bow. We've got a graveyard spell down. We're going to start bringing in our rocket loons. You just want to bring in 3-4 sets of your rocket loons while the air skellies start tanking. Then you can bring in one of your super dragons. I like to hold on to the other 2 to see how the attack's going, where our tanking is. We're going to send in our rocket loons and a graveyard spell down here at 7:30. And now we're going to start bringing, or at 4:30, I mean, going to get that area taken out. We didn't even need to use a rock or a super dragon there. We saw the 2 super dragons, so now we've got them placed down to go toward this back end of the base down here at 6 o'clock. And you can see we have so many air skellies. It is a parade right here. We have dominated this base. We have tons of troops up, all 3 super dragons, tons of tanking. This district just does not stand a chance against the super dragon. And it is awesome to watch them just roast all these defenses. All right, guys, next up is Wizard Valley. We've got Agent P coming in here, and he's again going to be using the Rocket Loon Graveyard attack. Now, I usually don't use that on Wizard Valley, but if you think about it, a lot of the key defenses are the giant cannons, the raid carts, and those defenses can't do anything to Rocket Loon. So it's probably a wise decision to use an army like this because you're taking out a lot of the key signature defenses of the district. He's got his graveyard spells he's placing around various high priority targets. Some of them are going to be for tanking right here to take out the Mega Hidden Tesla, these air bombs, but he's also got other areas where he's just spawning skeletons on the single Inferno. And I believe that's going to set up for a later part of this attack. You can see right here he gets this left-hand side taken out. Now he's going to bring the Rocket Loons in to the right-hand side, start taking out those defenses as well, start working his way toward where he has that graveyard spell on the right-hand side around that other set of air bombs and that super wizard tower. You see right here he has tons of balloons in that area, just going to take him out, where now he can start focusing his remaining rocket loons on the core of the base, try to take out as many defenses as possible. And his air skellies are doing a nice job doing a little bit of cleanup, opening this deployment zone for his second hit. Pretty good attack, over 40% on the first one. And as always, the graveyard spell attacks get way stronger on hit number 2. So right here, again, going to place these graveyard spells around these single infernos. Use the lightning there to weaken them up. Going to use them on the back end too, along with the giant cannon. And now he's just going to start spamming these rocket loons in. The rocket loons are so strong. They are so fast. And when the air skellies start tanking for them guys and nothing can target them, they are very, very powerful. So right here, taking out now both the singles on the left-hand side. Going to start bringing in the rocket loons to the core of the base, along with some to take out the single inferno here on the right-hand side with some air skellies there. Continue to spread these rocket loons around. That single inferno on the right does not want to go down, but it is so weak, but it's still up. But it will not be able to do anything against these air skellies once they do target that area. All the air skellies do a great job right here, cleaning up the trash, taking out the district hall. These rocket loons that are left are going to take out that single inferno. And now there's a raid cart with nothing that they can do because they cannot target air troops. Sorry, raid cart. And it's a nice and easy 2-hit triple. All right, guys, next up we've got Dragon Cliffs, and this attack is a beauty. As you can see right here, coming in with a flying fortress, rocket loons, we got air skellies, and we've got inferno dragons to take out these super dragons. Right here you can see we've got this inferno dragon locked onto the super dragon, taking it out nicely. We've got a couple graveyard spells to provide some tanking for our flying fortress, and 1 heal spell. And now we're just going to kind of create a path right here for our flying fortress. And right here, we just want to try to protect it as much as possible. We got the graveyard spell around that single inferno, which is going to be a nuisance. We got our rocket loons coming in to tank along with this skelly barrel. And now we've got the heal spell down to try to keep everything alive. Get our inferno dragons in there to lock on, hopefully soon, to take out this stuff, because the super dragon's coming, the single inferno is in there, and you see right here we're going to have just enough juice from our flying fortress to get this single target inferno down. And now it does go down right here, unfortunately, but it's going to be perfect timing because we've got the inferno dragons on the right hand side tanking, and these skeletons are going to work in here, take out the blast bow, start working in toward these air defenses, which is great value for us right here, guys. Now, I didn't get a ton out of this first hit, but it did set up for our next one very, very nicely with our pathing. So we're going to bring in the flying fortress. I'm going to take out this bomb tower. There's really nothing up here targeting air in the immediate vicinity. Now, when it turns left, then it'll go towards the air defenses, the spear throwers, things of that nature. So we're going to bring in the rocket loon to start tanking. Now we're going to start moving in towards this super dragon. So we want to bring in some distractions for this super dragon. So we've got the skeleton barrel down and an inferno dragon behind to lock on and roast this single or super dragon before it can do anything. That inferno beam charges up very, very quickly. We got our graveyard spells working on the left-hand side of the base at the same time, with some rocket loons that take out these areas, start moving in toward that single inferno. You can see we have a lot of air skeletons traveling across the base. They're going to provide some nice tanking as well. Now, once those distractions are coming over here, we get another skelly barrel and an inferno dragon down to make sure we get through this single inferno. I don't want to lock on to my flying fortress. The flying fortress obviously here is going to be the key to the 2-hit. And now it's going to start moving up toward this super dragon area. So I've got the heal spell down because that super dragon is going to take a big interest in my flying fortress. And there's an air defense in there. And now once the Super Dragon moves over, we're going to get a couple of our Inferno Dragons in to make sure we roast down this Super Dragon as quickly as possible. We still have one Inferno Dragon that we're holding on to for the last Super Dragon there on the right-hand side. We're getting everything taken out. We don't have any concerns with the time right here. We're already at 92%. Plenty of time. We've got two Inferno Dragons leading the way toward this last one Super Dragon. Now, as soon as that Super Dragon starts to get engaged, we're going to drop our next Inferno Dragon just to guarantee that this Super Dragon goes down and cannot do anything to this Flying Fortress. The air defense is distracted by this Inferno Dragon. It's going to give more time for my Flying Fortress to come in here, finish off these last defenses, guys. And that is a beautiful 2-hit triple on Dragon Cliff. So if you don't want to use archers, this is definitely a strategy that you can use. Our skeleton barrels are not even close to max, so I think it could be even more powerful once those are maxed out, but it worked flawlessly on this attack, just how we planned. All right, next up we got Barbarian Camp, guys, and we're going to be coming in with Zap Rocket Loons, one of my favorite attack strategies to use when you can get really nice value from these lightning spells. Right now we've just got a few barbs taking out this trash, got our lightning spells in the core of the base. We're going to get out that rocket artillery. It's not upgraded that well, along with an air defense and hurting those air bombs. And you can see right here, guys, we are taking out so much of these trash buildings. I mean, this is just free loot, and there are no traps out here. There are a few traps, but not enough to really do anything. And what that's going to do is just allow us to get our deployment zone right here as close to these very crazy looking walls as possible. Then we're going to start sending in our rocket loons, and we're trying to take out as many air targeting defenses as we can, continue to maximize this deployment zone. I want to get it opened up as much as possible, so these rocket loons have the least amount of travel to do. Now we're going to get these last few trash buildings taken out right here, guys. We got a mega hidden Tesla popping here. So that obviously is something we're going to target right away with these rocket loons. Just start bringing them in one pack at a time, trying to target individual defenses, get some splash on the ones by them, and just try to maximize our way into the core. Now, one of our targets that we want to get to is that rocket artillery here on the backside. That's what we're doing right here with these rocket loons. And you can see we are able to take it out. Now the rest of the rocket loons we're going to send into the core here to try to get to these air bombs and other air targeting defenses. There's a lot of defenses stacked in there, so it's going to take a little bit to get in there, but we've done quite a good job. So I have a couple air bombs in there, well, 3 of them, counting the one at the top. But with our lightning, we'll be able to come in there and really weaken those up for the next hit. But over 50% on Barb Camp on the first hit. Very happy with that. Just working on this deployment zone with this minion horde as much as possible. But overall, the deployment zone is set up really nice for attack number 2. Now we're going to come in. Again, we've got our lightning spells. We're going to lightning those air defenses there on the backside. That might be tough to get to. Do a little damage there on the top side to some various ones. Get this deployment zone opened up even more right there with that battle ram. And now we're going to be able to get some great value. So we're going to start bringing in our rocket loons, getting to all of these defenses as quickly as possible. We want to take out the air bomb at the top. It's being a little bit of a nuisance. Coming down, get some splash on our rocket balloons in the core. We're going to get it taken out here momentarily. And then we've got to get to that hidden Tesla that popped behind that. But now it is time to just collapse and overwhelm the base. There are hardly any air targeting defenses left. Get our minion horde working right here to start clearing out the trash buildings. And there are all these giants just standing around that could do nothing at this point to defend. And it is another beautiful 2-hit triple, guys. Zap Rocket Loons, still a very, very solid strategy. All right, guys, and lastly, we have the Capital Peak. We are finally here, guys. You can see right here, we have all the defenses shoved up into that course, super doubled up walls, triple walls. These guys really like to make their walls as thick as possible. So I've got a variety of troops out here to try to take out as many of these trash buildings as possible. And you're going to notice we have 4 lightning and a rage spell. Now, that lightning is to take out this super dragon post, and we have a skeleton barrel and an inferno dragon. So my plan is to take out that super dragon on this first hit that's deep in the core of the base. I don't want to have to deal with that later on in the attack. They can really wreck your troops as they try to move in there and really distract them, take away them being able to take out any other key defenses. So you see right here, tons of free buildings on the outside. Now we've gotten that super dragon post zapped out. It's moving down here. We're going to be patient. I want to draw that thing down here where I know there's nothing that can distract or hit my troops. So we got the skeleton barrel coming in. Now we're going to bring in our inferno dragon. Make sure we get that super dragon roasted out. And that's already huge value. We're going to use our rage spell to start getting into this core. We've got some battle rams coming in to start busting through these walls. And now we're just going to start bringing in our sneaky archers. And now I've got this sped up because sneaky archers, they're boring, I know, but we can get a ton of value right here. And on some of these stacked capital peaks, the sneaky archers with the rage gets you the most value and best access to some of these key defenses. So again, next attack, we're going to be coming in with these sneaky archers. Again, there's tons of value in this core. We want to get to that blast bow if we can. We've got the giant cannon in there. We got a couple Teslas, tons of air defenses, cannons, just lots of value, lots of walls to bust through, try to open up these different deployment areas. And that's the big thing that did cause a little nuisance. It's just the pathing around these walls where the battle rams did break open, where they didn't. We're going to use these rages, though, to get this blast bow taken out. And what our goal here is we want to get all of these defenses down in front of this capital peak. That's the plan, because then on our last hit, we're going to come in with the super wizard bomb on that capital peak, guys. So we're just trying to take out as much as we can around that. We want to get this bomb tower taken down, these air bombs, these rapid rockets, get everything taken down on this right-hand side we can that's going to be distracting or in our way of the super wizard bomb. And you can see right there, we've cleaned everything pretty much out, gotten some nice value. I'm going to get these giants down out of the way and get that air bomb taken out. Maybe the spear thrower, yeah, just barely. All right, guys, so we're already at 80%. We do have a stacked back end of this capital peak to deal with. As you can see, tons of value in there. Got the 2 rocket artilleries, 2 single infernos, a blast bow, and the capital peak itself. Once we start getting ready to set this up, we're going to get our rage spell down in front of the capital peak. We're going to get our graveyard spells back behind to start providing a little bit of a distraction, send in some battle rams to distract as well. Get a couple of our super giants down our rage. And now we're going to send in these super wizards and watch these chains, guys. Oh my goodness. They're just damaging everything. Most of these defenses are targeting the graveyard spell as well, except for the capital peak. So it is doing a little bit of work on our super dragons, but we get everything behind taken out with the super wizard bomb. The capital peak is very weak at this point. We're going to bring in the rocket loons that we have brought to take out these last few defenses. We don't have much left that can target air. So we're going to get those taken out. We do have 1 super wizard working, trying to finish this capital peak, and it is so close, guys. But we will finally get it taken out. And that super wizard bomb was a thing of beauty. Got great value. We've got the minions to clean up these trash buildings that are left, guys. And that is how you do it with the Super Wizard Bomb, taking down the Capitol Peak. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Until next time, clash on, my friends.